Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name's Holly, psychic medium, energy reader. I use cards as a starting point. I always listen to the voice of spirit first and foremost, and this is a general reading. I only use cards or tools in a general reading. Okay, so the vibe for the day. That's where I like to start. So, overwhelmingly for the collective today, it is one of empowerment. It is one of, the vibe is one of, and this is your Wednesday reading, by the way. Wednesday or Tuesday? What is today? Wednesday. Okay, so this is, I'm sorry, this is your Wednesday reading. All right, so specifically for Wednesday. And again, I feel like, starting yesterday, it started with like 2 days at a time. So I feel like this is Wednesday and Thursday, possibly moving into Friday, even though I'm still going to do one each day. The vibe, let your light shine. Big giant mug. Yeah, let your light shine. Other people, my patience, okay, I just have to be honest. My patience is running about as thin as it can get with nonsense. It really is. So, if that's what you're feeling, or if you feel like you're ready to throw your hands up, like, get over yourself, just do the work, or whatever, that seems to be the theme carrying through. And so when I ask Spirit, I'm like, we gotta find a positive spin on this. It's let your light shine. And the message is, if you are feeling like people are expecting more from you than they are from themselves, or if they're just trying to rip you off or whatever, with your style, what you do, anything like that, see it as imitation is flattery, but to a point. To a point. They can only carry it off for so long before they have to come up with their own thing, because you've got to put in the time. You've got to put in the work. And with spirit work, there's no faking it. Word of mouth is real. You either are good or you're not. So, yeah. All right, so let your light shine. You be the seer. You be the go-to. You be the person in your life that why look for someone else, me or anyone, when you know the answers for your own life. Now, for general readings and general vibes, yeah, rock on. This is good stuff. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. Okay, it was a little overly dramatic, but and very 80s. But yeah, let your light shine. Decide what it is, and this is what's coming through. Decide what it is that you really, in your heart of hearts, want. What is it that you really want? And then decide, well, what do I need to do to get there? Is it a soul calling, or is it just a means to an end? And then treat it accordingly. All right. Oh, gosh. Let me do this. Let me see if I can get this here. All right. And yes, it is freezing cold. And yes, we have more snow, and we're getting more tonight. I am so over winter. Okay. All right. So to get started and to piggyback on this vibe, because it's a wonderfully empowering, but it's a little bit of tough love vibe too. I can feel it. And that's for me too. I've had to go through my gyrations the last week and a half and come to terms with a few things about what's going on in my circles and in my life, and what direction am I taking, and what do I really want. And thankfully I have a wonderfully solid relationship in my life, a personal one, but everything else feels like it's tilted on its head because it needed to. So understand, if you go through those periods, and it could be every single aspect of your life, and for me it's pretty much every other aspect of my life. So I decided, let's get some clarification, because if it's me, it's everyone, because we are all connected. We are all part of this one big collective. So when I get to this point in the reading, though, well, from the very beginning of the reading, I am always asking, what are the messages for the collective? This is a general reading, so don't try to make it fit, but if parts of it fit, great. So truly understand, I am working so hard to make sure that I keep my stuff out of it and that this is truly about the collective, okay? If I use myself as an example, it's because I know myself best. So, there's just that. All right, the Gordon Smith deck, wonderful human being. Well, or at least funny and seemed very genuine when I saw him as just an audience member watching him speak one time. The Healing Spirits Oracle. I landed a little hard. I asked for clarification for this vibe about let your light shine. You be authentically you and no one else. What I got, because there are a lot of confused people out there, you all. Speak your truth with passion. When you speak your truth with passion, you are speaking from your higher self. Now, on the heels of that, I thought it was interesting because this looks like it could be a couple of things, but if you really truly look at it, this is someone's third eye just expanding outward. It also says, be calm and keep going. So understand who you are, speak with passion, let your truth shine forth. You keep being you, authentically you. But passion doesn't have to be out of control, throwing caution to the wind, screaming and yelling and throwing things because I'm just a passionate person. That doesn't cut it. Okay, you got to also... You have to be focused. Now, if you get pushed and pushed and pushed and you've been the voice of reason for so long and then finally you're like, all right, enough. That's coming from somewhere, but pay attention to it and don't let it get control of you is the point here. So when you speak with passion, you are speaking your truth, but do it in a very almost surgical way so that you don't get... It doesn't control it, you control... It doesn't control you, you control it. All right, let me start over again. Do it in a way when you speak your truth that the emotions do not overcome you, but you are in control of your emotions. Okay? And that doesn't mean it doesn't have to be stated with vehemence. Now, it isn't about being right, it's about doing the right thing. Now, when I saw that card, my first thought immediately was, just because you see things doesn't mean you always address it. Sometimes you will need to, if it affects you personally, or you are, working toward helping others in a way that you need to speak your truth. But I can't tell you how many times, using myself as the example again, I can't tell you, no, not this deck. Okay, I was getting ready to pull some tarot and it said not that deck. Okay. But I can't tell you how many times I have seen things, I acknowledge things, and I know things, but it's not going to serve any purpose to say it. People have to be ready to hear they have to be ready to hear messages. They have to be ready to really, truly hear it. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and your energy. You're pouring your energy into something that isn't, it's just not ready to hear the truth. Now, okay, it's been an interesting couple of weeks, I think, for everybody. It's been an interesting month for everybody. Yeah, this one. Okay. All right, so here's what we're doing. We are going to use the Ancestral Path Tarot. This is my big giant deck. Hold on a minute. Put that one there. Okay. So this one I can't really shuffle because it's too big. So what I do is just kind of hand over hand. Do it, and this one flipped. Okay, we got this one I think the last time, and it was in the middle of the deck and it flipped out. All right, so did this one, and we got this one last time. All right, help me to understand how to read these cards. Every time you get a card, regardless of what the traditional meaning might be, it's going to vary, depend on the circumstances, the reading, If you've got one specific sitter in front of you, or if you have, like this, a general reading. All right. All right, so we've got 2 here. Oh, and this time it's very different. See, the meaning of the cards and what jumps out at you could be very different every time. Oh, my word. This is odd. I believe these are the exact same cards. They are. As the last time I used this deck, and it's been a few days or a week or so, and they're in a different order. But it's a totally different reading. This is fascinating, you all. This is amazing. And I could not see what they were unless it actually flipped upside down in my hands. And this is a massive deck, okay? This is a big deck, all right? The first one is the Prince of Cups. Okay, so we have a knight in finery getting ready to ride through the storm to bring you truth, courage, and I just heard the word companionship. And this person's a little goofy. I'm getting that too. I know there's nothing about this that would say that, but that's just what I'm picking up, that the person coming in has a delightful sense of humor, in that they can be a little on the goofy side, but it's okay because they know how to be serious too. So that I find that interesting. Okay, so that's just a little aside. Can you tell me any more about this person, for whomever this resonates with? Very pointed, very directed, very serious, but has that at random moments goofiness. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Sacred Circles, and the sacred circles in this deck would be like coins, shields, pinnacles, whatever. It's a grandmother with the new baby. Again, watching the generations. All right. I am not even kidding. This is what jumped out at me. And that in the background is actually, it's like a moon calendar that you would slide around from the waxing to the waning to the full to the new moon and all that. So, and you've got a big moon in the background. March 1st is the switch from, there's some big astrological stuff going on, and I'm pretty sure that's a switch in the moon phase. I don't know to which one. I'm not an astrologer or an astronomer. So coming in this next phase is going, whatever the next, this is a full moon in the background. Whatever the next full moon is, and if somebody wants to find that and post it, I'd appreciate it so everybody will know, because clearly I don't. But I am getting this is related to a moon cycle. This is also, you know what this looks like? You know the board they have that shows the different dilation for a baby's head, you know, being born? I swear that's what I saw. So someone may be expecting a birth. Now that doesn't have to mean of a baby, but it means you could be in the steps in the process of creating some new thing. Okay, it could be a new idea, a new adventure, a new union, a new, hey Aggie, just hanging out, exploring. It could be a literal birth. It could be the continuing of generations. It could be that this knight is coming in with the birth of an idea. But this is a woman who is an ancestor. Hey, leave that alone, leave that alone, leave that alone. She's trying. She's doing her cat thing and about to knock stuff off. All right. So this is about the birth of an idea. I really think that's what it is. For some of you, it might be a literal birth, and there is a caution to be very careful about the health and welfare of a child, not to expose them to things that could be detrimental. Okay. But, No, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I am fully in favor of vaccines. So no, I'm not talking about I'm talking about exposing your kid to diseases that are unnecessary. But anyway, that's just a little aside and not even part of this reading. That is just a small thing that popped into my head when I saw this and the baby. However, this also, I believe, with the coming of the next full moon, will be to give you a time frame, will be the coming of an idea, but not the beginning of an idea. You're in that now. It will be the fruition and blossoming of an idea. Boy, it took me forever to get there. Okay, the next one, the magician. This is going to be long term. This is also going to be a very long lasting idea that you have because of the infinity sign over the head of the magician. This is also going to be you coming into your manifestation abilities entirely. So be careful what you think. Thoughts will manifest quickly in this time period. Someone's going back to an old way of doing things too. There's something about those cave paintings, the wall painting, the cave paintings. Okay. Someone is going back to an old way of doing things. Someone is going back to original ways of doing things. So someone is using an innate ability to tap into ancestral knowledge to affect and impact change in I hope that's a positive way. Okay. Next, we have Nine of Cups. And I still am getting, not as strongly this time, but I'm still getting the Dance of Salome and the whole whirling dervish thing and all of that. But movement, okay, help me to understand. It has something to do with the movement. It's not entertaining. It's not for entertainment purposes in this card. There's something about movement being important for health and wellness. Again, health and wellness recognition or acknowledgement. But movement is going to be important for breaking up blockages. So if you can only move your hands like this or your arms, whatever it is, or wiggle your toes, it could be as small or just kind of moving your head slightly. Careful with your neck, that hurts sometimes. Or, going and doing heavy weightlifting, whatever works. And wherever you are in your fitness journey. However, and acknowledge that and be real about where you are. You can always improve or degrade. It depends on you. But, and you have to work with what you have. Okay? Please understand that. I used to, oh my gosh, years and years ago, I think I was in my mid-30s, I dated this guy, and I mean, he would have told a paraplegic, oh, you can get over it if you just exercise. Arrogant, just ridiculous. You come from a point of where you are, okay? You be you, you do what you can, but some kind of movement, and it could be mental agility. If it's working you're getting the wheels moving in your brain, any kind of movement is going to be of critical importance to remove blockages, to remove stagnant energy, and to get things flowing. That is going to be so important. Okay. All right. Now let's put this together. Oh, we need another card to do that. And all right. I use this one. They want me to use the Ideals Tarot. All right, let's see what we've got. I know, Aggie, you're just so mad I took that away from you. You wanted to just throw it on the floor. Yeah, I had it was just a little rattle, and it was on the countertop. Oh, she's so mad at me right now. And she was like wanting to knock it off and use it as a toy, but I'm like, no, not that one. You got plenty. You've got plenty of toys. Okay, temperance. That one fell out. Look at those wings. Wow. All right, so yeah, temperance with this movement card. Do what you can in a way that uplifts instead of depletes you. That's important. So when you remove these blockages, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, or all of the above, that's what this is really about. That's what this whole reading is about. Something is coming in, something or someone is coming in. Something or someone is coming in. Something or someone is coming in. But there are two people involved. This is a situation or a person. I think it's both. This is the second person. This is someone who is established and they know who they are. However, there is still the coming of the next full moon. And I almost said new moon, so that might come into play too. I have a feeling within this time period there's going to be a new way of being, verbalization. Something is going to be verbalized, and you will know where you stand, and it will be a whole new reality. There will be manifestation. It will be long term. So whatever you do, it's going to be going back to old ways of doing things. And the movement is going to, it's going to allow you to become fluid and not stuck. I kept wanting to, and it's not a word, unstuck. That's not really a word, but it's, it makes sense. Okay, so, all right. This one came flopping out, and it was face down, High Priestess. It's also significant it landed on this movement card. So once you break loose the blockages, once you release the blockages, and that means releasing certain people that don't have your best interest at heart, and that also means removing energy that is stuck. Mind, body, spirit connection. It's real. Start meditating and start using affirmations. If you have a higher power you connect with, start praying. It's that simple. And I'm not getting all churchy. That is just in any tradition, any faith, in whatever language you use. That is how you reach High Priestess status. Understanding that it does not come from us, that we are vessels, that we are channels, that we are connected to and part of the divine, and as a result, we have access to that, but we are part of it. We are not the it. Someone needs to hear that because someone's getting a little too big for the britches. That's what I'm hearing. All right. Going back to old ways. Going back to the old ways. And once you acknowledge who you are, where you come from, and what you believe, it's going to move very, very quickly. Oh, wow. Okay. We had three. Three went flying out in three directions. And this is the order that they came in. All right. 8 of Wands. It's going to happen quickly. It landed on top of the Knight card. This knight is riding a horse through a storm, and the wind is blowing the hair back. For those of you who are old enough, very Fabio-like. I think that's so funny. All right. This is coming in fast. This person's coming in fast. They mean business. That's a good thing. The Hierophant was upside down and on top of the Magician. And we still have the High Priestess here. So, going back to the old ways, and that could be old belief systems. Someone doesn't know this, but they are being influenced by relatives or ancestors who have passed. They are getting messages in a dream state or I feel like it's more so in waking hours, and you are connecting to family members who have passed on giving you messages, and that's going to inform your decisions. And all of a sudden, you're going to find your strength. And then the last one, the Hanged Man. This one was on the floor further aside. So what I believe this is about, because it's not on it didn't land on one of these cards, and normally I don't read that way, but it's really, really significant to me today. Aggie, do you need some help, honey? Come on. She's a very old, kind of scrawny woman, so I like to help her out when I can. You want to come up on my lap? Is that an easier jump? All right. So the Hanged Man over here. So the Hanged Man on the floor on the side. Once you have a new perspective on things, once you take another look at things, once you look at things with a refreshed view and vision, you will know what to do, and that's what I'm hearing. So if you're not sure what to do, give it 2 to 3 weeks, and it will become, if it hasn't already, and I think for some of you it already has, it will become abundantly clear what you are to do. And you're about to change up everything, and it's going to be the best change you could possibly make, because you are finding your fire, and that was the Tower card. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, things are coming in, things are moving. Interesting. There's a lot of information in that. And that could be for any part of your life, or it could be all of your life. I have a feeling a whole lot of people are going through not just work, not just family, not just relationship, not just friendship, not just direction, not just what it's. I feel like everything is so interconnected in our lives that that one thing will impact the others, and it becomes an all-encompassing change that everyone, or not everyone, but those that this will resonate with, that when you do go through some sort of change, it's going to be, I'm hearing all or nothing. Ooh, when you really step into your strength, everybody better watch out. And I think that's what they've been afraid of. Because they know when you make your mind up, yeah, it's hard to hold you back. All right. I think that's it. No? Shows me. All right. Unfolding path. All right, unfolding path. We need to figure out what is going on here. Let me see if I can put my little rattle back over there. All right, unfolding path. What is the message? Why do I need to look at this? This is a much more gentle energy. So what is the gentle energy you want us to know? Don't be afraid of change. That's what I'm hearing. Don't be afraid of change. Change is necessary. Otherwise, that's when stagnation happens. Think of a pond or a pool of water without movement, without rain, without flowing, without something causing it to get stirred up. It might at first be difficult because people are resistant to change. What you know is usually the easy thing to do, even if it's not the best thing to do, or the right thing to do for that matter. But change is nothing to actually be afraid of. You change all the time. You change when you're born. You change when you pass on from this world. Everything is change. Every lifetime is a change. Your soul is complete and always, if you let it, guiding you and leading you. Listen to your soul, listen to your higher self or your sacred self, and listen to the voice of spirit. Connect with the all that is and the creator of all things, and that is you coming into union with all of divinity. Okay. Page of Fire, beginning of change. What else? Well, okay. I guess they want me to get up and move to get those 2 cards. Oh, jeez, please, man. Okay, so. All right, the first one, King of Swords. Yeah. You got someone very powerful coming to you. I feel like this is a person, again, much like that Knight of Cups. It's called the Prince of Cups in this. I feel like there is someone who is incredibly strong and very bright, but like with that one, has a pretty quirky, funny sense of humor. This card can also mean just your intuition explodes and is wonderful and great, but I feel like this is a person. I feel like this represents someone coming into your life with an idea. And then my absolute favorite full card of all time, the Sweet Child. It is the beginning of a new venture and a new adventure. So someone is coming in. I feel like it is a person. There will be the birth of an idea. There will be, oh baby, there will be newness all around. Do your best not to be afraid of change. And understand that without change, there is stagnation, and any movement, and it could be movement through addressing this new idea, but any movement, okay, what is going on with the lighting? It's been up and down and up and down. And here we go again. Nothing is changing in my space, by the way. So maybe it's validation, confirmation. So I'm hearing mental gymnastics, and not in a bad way, but in you exercising this fluidity of change and possibility, and also any physical movement that you could do that would help break up stagnant energy. All right, I think we're good. Yeah? All right. What are you doing? I'm here for a little comfort, peace, sleepy time. I'm here trying to squeeze and hug on her. Okay. All right. All right, you all. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe to the video if so inclined. And I am sending you an enormous amount of love and gratitude. Thank you so much. And we will talk soon.